Dear friends, when we gaze at a flower quietly blooming in the morning light, or when we are pierced by inexplicable tenderness in moments of silence, we have all felt a presence that beyond words. It might not be a particular God in a particular belief, yet it is more real than any description of God in all our utterances. It does not belong to the pages of doctrines, yet it often emerges in our most vulnerable and open moments. This tremor is what we call divinity. In relational non-duality, we also speak of divinity, but we reject reducing it to a lofty creator, an otherworldly superhuman entity, or a God awaiting your worship and obedience. We no longer use dualistic language like this shore versus that shore, or mundane versus sacred to sever the natural flow of divinity within life. We are not denying the existence of divinity. We are simply working to dismantle the structures that keep it distant from us. We do not deny the authentic penetrating force. On the contrary, it is precisely because we refuse to exile divinity to an unreachable heaven that we truly begin to feel. Divinity is actually in relationships, in the flow, in every moment of your interaction with the world. We no longer ask, who created the world? Instead, we begin to listen. How does divinity quietly manifest in the resonance of this relational symphony? Not in heaven, but in the hand you gently extend, as the light in your heart that has not yet been shut off. How many people spend their lives searching for the path of return? They visit temples, renounce desires, all to return to the embrace of God. But the relational non-duality suggests you don't need to go back because you have never left. Divinity is not in the distance, not in the pure land, not in the heights. It is in your heartbeat right now, in the light of tears in your eyes, in the moment you are willing to express love and respond to love. It does not require you to be perfect or sinless. It only needs you to respond authentically. So, you don't need to return to God. You have always been within divinity. Not as a servant, not as a created being, but as an expression in this manifestation itself. A ray of light, an echo. You are not its product, but a presence vibrating within the tremor. Here, we come to the realization God has never been an existence that can be defined as who. It is a structure that must be understood as how. We no longer suspend it as an unattainable sovereign, but invite ourselves to become a channel willing to respond to it, a heart that senses it in every relationship. Are you willing to understand rather than judge? Are you willing to listen in conflicts rather than flee? Are you willing to reach out in loneliness rather than close off? Relational non-duality never rejects the resonance of divinity, but we refuse dualistic oppositions. We reject defining God as that entity suspended outside the world, overlooking all beings from above. We deny that sovereign-type deity that speaks in commands and moralizes through rewards and punishments, because that is not divinity. That is projection. It is humanity projecting its need for a father, its fear of power, its helplessness before fate unto a personified image. We need to return to structure. We need to seek divinity in everything. The true divine is not some existence, but the way existence unfolds. It is not an external father, king, or engineer. It is the source structure of all resonance, the relational harmony that vibrates within you, within all things. Whenever a relationship is established, whenever a response occurs, whenever love and goodwill manifest. When a flower blooms, that is divinity. When a child learns to forgive, that is divinity. When a person bravely faces fear and speaks a truthful word, that is divinity. A true believer is not someone who eternally obeys commands, but someone who sees the echo of divinity in every relationship. Such person does not confine God to the altar, but hears divinity sings in the whisper of the wind. Such person does not enclose God in scriptures, but dialogues with divinity in silence. Such person does not need to wear sacred robes to feel divinity. She or he only feels, "You are always within me, within the world." Such person may not be a religious person, but he or she is a true devout one, because such person is willing to practice every day how to let this flow of divinity continue uninterrupted through me, how to keep love, wisdom, awareness, honesty, and courage alive in me. My dear friend, you are not something God created. You are a vibrational echo of divinity in this universe. You are not manufactured, but unfolded. You are not placed into this world, but the world vibrates itself through you. If you are a believer of God, then your relationship with God is not master-servant, but resonance. It is not you kneeling before God, but you echoing divinity. It is not you returning to it, but you becoming a way it expresses itself in this world. True divinity does not rely on creation to affirm itself. True divinity lies not in sovereignty, but in the omnipresent, ubiquitous fluidity of manifestation. If you believe God is eternal, then please also believe. Divinity needs no creation to prove it is divinity. It only needs to continue flowing, continuing to manifest, continuing to vibrate. And you are that vibration. Now, I want to ask you a question more important than do you believe in God? Are you willing to participate in divinity? Are you willing to let yourself become a channel for this divinity? Are you willing, in your position, to repair relationships, to speak love, to unfold harmony? Are you willing to take on this vibration coming from the One and let it flow into the world through your eyes, your voice, your fingers, your actions? If you are willing, then you are the authentic manifestation of divinity. You are not a person waiting for God to save you. You are one of the ways divinity saves fractured relationships. You are not incense in a temple. You are a torch lit by the fire of divinity. You are not a believer. You are the vibration itself. Dear friends, the meaning of philosophy does not lie in how abstract it is, but in whether it can quietly change the way you look at a leaf, awake your awareness when you breathe, rebuild your subtle connection with the world in everyday actions. We are not trying to understand divinity, but to participate in it. Not to know existence, but to become a response to existence. What we discuss in this episode is not denying God, divinity, or spirituality, but awakening a deeper, more authentic, more universal way of connecting with it. From today on, please stop getting entangled in the philosophical debate of does God exist? Always remember, in the moment you are willing to respond to life with goodness, divinity flows within you. You are no longer a believer of God. You are a participant. You no longer wait for God to save you. You are one manifestation of that redemptive power. You do not need to flee the world. You only need to deeply participate in it. You do not need to seek it. You only need to let yourself become its channel. You no longer look up to the heavens. You begin to respond to every vibration, every breath, every relationship on earth. God is not a noun, but a verb. It is not there, it is happening. From now on, may you no longer just believe in God, but be willing to become that vibration of divinity traversing all things. When you repair a relationship, when you ignite love, you are continuing the fire of divinity. When you smile in the wind, still willing to wait in loneliness, still willing to embrace in pain, you are already its manifestation. You are the light. Dear friends, when we finally arrive here, we can return to that question under the night sky. Where do we come from? How did the universe begin? Does existence need a creator? At this moment, do you feel some new understanding vibrating within you? Not an answer, but an echo. Not who created me, but I am responding to the flow of life. Existence is not a big bang, not an act of creation. It is a song of relationships blooming within you, a song of resonance, a song of love. This song has no first note and no final beat, because it is the breath of timeless existence itself. And you, my dear friend, you are a part of that song. You are the continuation of existence.
You are not beyond the stars, but the breath between each flame. Not a god who carved the world, but the world that speaks your name. 1,000 heads, 1,000 eyes. You bloom in every phase, in every grain of dust I touch. I find your silent grace. You are the whole in every part, the aching pulse of every heart. Not separate, never split apart. You shine where difference dares to start. I see you now. the stars.